Once one of the greatest and richest countries in Africa, Mali is now one of the poorest countries on earth. Out of all countries measured for wealth, 175 of them, Mali ranks 174th. If you ever heard someone describe traveling to the end of the earth as going to Timbuktu and back, well, Timbuktu is in Mali. And although it is a beautiful place to visit, Mali and its 11 million people as a whole are in a financial stranglehold. And whenever that happens to a country and its economy, it seems one of the first segments to suffer is education. Out in the proverbial middle of nowhere, tradition-rich Tentu is a village that has survived for generations. Over the years, every single school day, these students have made a 4 to 5 kilometer trek to school 4 times a day. To school, home for lunch and back again, and then home at the end of the school day. That is the price paid for education outside of Mali's larger cities.
Education is very important. The importance for Minata to go to school is that when she learns to read and write, she can go outside and bring in opportunities to the village.
Minata is 14 years old.
I would like to be a doctor when I finish school. You cannot be a doctor without education.
It never came to me that I would be in the position I am today to learn and return and serve the people of Mali.
For Lala and Minata and hundreds of other Malian children, they have to be thankful that Yes Zamaki has returned to his birthplace to build schools, as many as 60 of them, in rural Mali. The first was built in June of 2006 near Minata's home village of Tentu. The new school cut her walking distance from 4 kilometers one way to about 1.5. Ye went to the United States to find and live the American dream and immediately realized that his real dream was back in his homeland.
I could stay there with the degree I have. Right now I have a master's degree. I could earn enough money to sustain myself and live a happy life in America. But I am much needed here. In America, I might need America, but America doesn't need me.
Given the same opportunities, these children will be able to learn and grow and be better leaders, better citizens, and also be able to be lifted out of poverty in Mali.
We stopped into each classroom to say hello, and they took advantage of our time with them to teach us a lesson about friendship, about family, about education, and about culture. It began when this girl started to sing, and by the time she was done, the happiness was breaking out everywhere.
We're not just building a room, we're building a future of a nation, building future of a young man, of a young woman. They pass through this classroom and they go ahead and do great things in the country, become better citizens. It lifts them up out of poverty, as I have been lifted out of poverty and ignorance.
It is a day-long celebration of education, and it's made possible in large part because of generous giving on the part of U.S. businesses and individuals. This new school will be named after Pete Harmon, founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
There is no development without education. When we go to school, we learn. When we learn, then we discover, and it gives us power to develop our village and then our commune. Without this school, hundreds of students would have been in the street, and they would have failed in their life because of the lack of education. This is the proof that the village is very committed to the advancement of education, especially the education of girls.
And so the story is told again, this time in the village of Welesabugu, where for the last 8 years, Toure has been walking incredible distances to school.
She walks 4 kilometers.
One way?
One way, back and forth, and twice a day. They value education and she loves going to school. She needs to be ready by 6, so we wake her up at 5:30.
The distance walked in the past, again now cut by more than half, which means Toure has more time for homework and more time to help with chores around her own home.
We got independence day,
Education is very important. It helps you become independent, and you become self-sufficient by getting education, so you don't rely on other people.
I had tears in my eyes when I first came and stood by this building and looked at it and said, this is something I have been part of. Was just incredibly overwhelming.
We're very proud of the way we run the organization and results that we've been able to get. We believe that every child has a right to basic literacy and basic education. It's through education that we empower individuals and communities around the world to raise themselves above poverty and to become self-sufficient.
I hope and pray that the people of Mali will see my love and feel it, that I love the people here. I care for them, and I hope and pray that I can be an instrument in providing wide-range education, mass education to most of the children in Mali.